talking about this interrogate. And we had amazing speakers on the stage, and this really is one of the most important topics in the Web3 space, which is the mass adoption, creating the user experience. So with that being said, we have an amazing speaker now up next. So give it up for Wayne from Field Protocol.
Hello, hello. All right. So it's been a theme today in this room, and I'm going to kind of echo some of what's been said and give you some new talking points, and even share my kind of experience into this space. But I feel this is the number one key to onboarding mass adoption is simplifying the user experience. Think about adoption of the internet. That did not really happen until we started mastering some of these great protocols with a good, simple user interface. So a little bit about my Web3 journey. So I'd heard about this space for a while, and in 2016, I finally decided to take a look at it. I think it was actually a friend of mine that gave me the comment was, stop ignoring Bitcoin. And then I went down this rabbit hole of everything, including crypto, Web3, and I saw the amazing potential. I saw what this could do to revolutionize all the different areas where centralization of power, centralization of data, and really everything in general. The money was just the first aspect of what this technology could fix, and we're seeing that today in new tools and products that are being developed. But I remember when I went to send my first transaction, I was like, holy crap, this is complicated. I called a friend of mine, I was like, how do I send this? And he put the fear of God in me. He's like, copy and paste that wallet address, check every letter and number, make sure it's right. And two thoughts. One, that's complicated. Two, we're not going to onboard the masses till we start hiding some of those things. So that was where it went. I decided that two things were going to drive mass adoption. Education being one, and two being simple user interfaces that make it easy for anybody to use. One of the great examples I heard when I was digging into this space in 2016 was Andreas Antonopoulos talk about how email evolved. And in the 90s, it was complicated to send email. But then whenever now his mom, grandmother can send an email with the swipe of a finger on the iPhone or iPad. The technology in the background hasn't changed that much. It's the interface that's evolved. So when you look at mainstream adoption for any technology, the user experience has to evolve. When cars came out, right, they were driving on dirt roads that were designed for horses. That had to improve, and then the technology improved. More people started to utilize that technology. Initial email. Email was complicated. Now it's simple on a tablet or a phone. Just the web in general to use. Remember, in the early days, if you were around for that in the internet, you had to type out an IP address to get to a website. And you had to remember the IP addresses of your favorite websites, or you had to write them down, keep it in a piece of paper in your pocket so you can navigate to those. Today, we type in a website address. Is that IP address gone? No, it's still there. Where is it? It's in the background. And it doesn't really matter to you as long as you get to the right place. So that's what evolves. And then you look at the evolution of the cell phone in general. It got easier to use, more people use it. So the biggest barrier, as I said, is lack of user-friendly interfaces. So just like the IP address hindered internet adoption, long, complex wallet addresses won't foster mass onboarding to crypto and Web3. And it's not just about those wallet addresses. As you see logins, if you've seen anybody that's gotten onto, say, like Nostr or at platforms like that, that long, complex public wallet address is also your username. So we need to hide that. We need to show simple user interfaces. Other barriers to mass adoption. The reason I'm bringing this up because I'm going to show you kind of what we do to solve a portion of that, and also kind of the challenges of where if you're building in this space, if you're developing, or if you're working for a project or protocol, these are the things we need to focus on to get there. So it's not just about the user interfaces. Insufficient education learning curve, as I mentioned earlier. Seed phrase management. I really think that in the future, new users are not going to have to write down and remember those seed phrases everywhere. There may be certain wallets like your mass amount that you keep maybe in a cold storage wallet, but other wallets you don't need to see that seed phrase. Security concerns and risks, which are being addressed with new protocols. High transactions costs. I think we're starting to see that evolve with the use of other chains, other protocols. Interoperability challenges across platforms, and then scalability is another thing. So I kind of gave an example from that image, and many of you experienced this, right? It's a $19 Ethereum transaction with a $20 gas fee. So we've got to evolve to improve that user experience. And what FIO does is we aim to solve this with simplified transactions. So being able to send and receive crypto to any wallet address. So FIO is designed to work with any chain, any coin, any token. It's not limited to just EVM only. We realize the future is multi-chain. So whether you're sitting on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cosmos, or anything else, even if a new chain spins out tomorrow, it's designed with that in mind, because the way that the FIO blockchain is designed is that interoperability is the core, and being able to map different wallet addresses and chain codes is very simple. We don't have to change the whole smart contract. It's all governed by the chain. So one universal handle, interoperable with every coin and token on all networks. So the FIO solution has many use cases, and it's more than just wallet addresses, right? I've got ENS, I've got some unstoppable domains. Not knocking those guys. We actually have had talks about working together on different things, but we do something different. We're also not designed to build websites on top of. So send and receive cryptocurrency is where we overlap. We also have part of our protocol, which is a decentralized payment request. If you've ever sent a centralized payment request like on PayPal or Venmo or Cash App, most people are familiar with that user experience. And so what we do is we take that to where you can send a decentralized payment request that to the user very much looks like that Venmo or PayPal experience. You select which cryptocurrency you want to request. You select how much you want to request, and you can even put a memo as to what it's for. Invoice 123, or pay me back for drinks last night, whatever it may be. And then when that end user gets the request in their wallet, all they have to do is either, depending on how that wallet integrates the protocol, either push a button or swipe to approve it, and that is basically signing the transaction, pushing the crypto to them. It's also privacy-based, because only you and that user can see that request, because you're sharing a private key with that one user to where they can see the request on chain, and they decide to approve it. The only thing that shows up on chain is that transaction. You send Bitcoin, it's going to show up on the Bitcoin chain just like normal. NFTs. NFTs are something that we saw a hype cycle, we saw a dip, and I really think the future of NFTs is going to be more about utility. We stop talking about floor price, and we start talking about what you get with that NFT, whether it's access to a real world asset, a membership, on-chain loyalty programs. There's so many different things that are going to evolve with NFTs, but in the future, being able to verify that you're getting an authentic NFT and not one that is a fake, a forgery, especially if that ties to, say, like the title of a car, the title to a house. So FIO protocol, those handles that we have can be utilized to sign those NFTs. So no matter what chain the NFT is on, you can attach a digital signature to where in the future, if someone's going to buy that on a secondary market, not directly from you, that can verify that the creator that signed that transaction is the one that you're buying from. So it allows you to prove authenticity of NFTs without understanding how to find the right contract address, how to go to Block Explorer, and how to verify that's the right contract address. And also utilizing the handle as usernames and wallet addresses in dApps and other Web3 platforms. Gaming is a big one for us. We just launched a product called FIO Wallet. It's not a wallet you're going to go to download. It's a wallet that game developers and other dApp developers will use to hide all the Web3 elements to make that onboarding experience frictionless. So what happens is, imagine in a game, that person goes to play a Web3 game. They may not even realize it's a Web3 game. It's just a new game that's fun. They want to play. They go to create what very much looks like a Web2 login. They create an account. In the background, they're getting a wallet that's powered by a company we partner with called MetaKeep. And then they're getting a handle, so all their wallet addresses are masked from the beginning. So when I'm playing in the game and I go to send you an in-game asset, I never see that long public address. I just see your handle and I send it to you. If I type it wrong, it won't let me send it. If I type it right, it'll let me send it. And it stops all those user errors from losing funds, losing assets. So our FIO partners, we're structured as a nonprofit. So we share the majority of our on-chain revenue with the partners that use our protocol. So if you're building something and this looks like a solution anywhere where you need to resolve wallet addresses to a certain piece of data, we can do that. It's been used for the handle resolutions within wallets, like I mentioned, but we're also developing new use cases. We've got a couple of DEXs right now that are looking at using our protocol to map contract addresses to make sure users don't mess up when they type in a token name on a DEX, and the real one shows up, but also 20 fake ones. Being able to easily find that contract address and map to it. If you have a centralized platform, it reduces user support needs. Every exchange that's integrated our protocol says it reduces their support needs from people that mess up, sending the wrong address, sending on the wrong chain. So you can see our stats here, what we've done so far, and we launched mainnet March of 2020, so it's been about 4 years. So here's my challenge for the industry. If you're building in this space, continue to innovate, but also build tools to make the user experience simple and the onboarding process frictionless. So the user doesn't need to know that it's on chain, know that this is Web3. We can hide that from them. Those of us that understand the space, we understand what the benefits are. And quite frankly, sometimes I think it'd be a hindrance. If I tell you these in-game assets are NFTs, if you don't truly grasp what an NFT is and you only think about what you heard in the media, you're going to have a negative perception. But what are the benefits of that? True ownership, tradability. I can use it across games. I bought this NFT to use in this one game. This other game enables me to use it, and in that game, it's a different weapon or shield or skin or whatever. Show the benefits of why it's important without using all those buzzwords. We don't say everything is, this is an internet thing, that's an internet thing. No, everything is online. So it's going to be the same thing with Web3. Partner with protocols that can seamlessly integrate into your products while keeping the ethos of decentralization in Web3. That's what we've done. We've partnered with a lot of different projects that maybe they don't even use our protocol, but we realize we're all working towards that same direction of onboarding and user experience. And so we've all got to do our part to educate users. So if you are bringing people in and they have wallets, they have to utilize it. We've got to educate users about the basics, not count on them to go out and Google and find the right answer. So what's going to happen when they go to Google? They're going to find something that is very much they'll find good information, but they also will find a lot of scams, right? So somebody goes, find out what's a wallet address. They go and they find a video by Elon Musk on YouTube, and next thing you know, they fall into a scam instead of, I think every website, every platform that people go to utilize anything in cryptocurrency or Web3, there should be some basic education there for the user. So we all have to do our part with that. The other thing is less competition, more collaboration, as I mentioned to you. On the wallet naming front, yeah, we do have a couple of you who call them competitors, but this space has so much opportunity to grow, and we've only basically penetrated a small part of any market in the world, that it's not about competing. I don't care from the wallet naming standpoint if you use our protocol, ENS, Unstoppable, or anything else that's out there. The biggest thing is we've all got to work together to drive user experience. And if it sounds like something you may be interested in partnering with us, let us know. As I mentioned before, we're structured as a nonprofit. So our goal is not to drive shareholder value. We're not trying to sell handles and domains for tens of thousands of dollars. What we're looking to do is drive user adoption. And we do that with sharing the majority of that on-chain revenue by those that support our ecosystem. Our block producers and those that are running nodes, those that are staking the token, and our partners that integrate and use our protocol. In fact, our partners that use our protocol, they earn much more than we do. We only recoup a small percentage just to continue to drive user adoption. So in conclusion to that, so this is kind of my quote that I put together. And basically, the user experience is the bridge between blockchain technology and its adoption by the masses. Simplifying this experience is key to unlocking its full potential. And that's really the key. As I mentioned, we've got to make this easier. Everybody in this room we've gone through the friction points. We've gone through those hurdles and barriers of being able to understand this technology. You know, we wrote down the seed phrases. We made sure we put in multiple copies. We teach people not to just copy and paste it on your phone or save it to a notepad. Wallet addresses. What do we tell everybody? Either check all the letters and numbers, or we tell them to check the last four and the first four, or we tell them to do a test in. And all of those options are not going to get us to mass adoption. We've got to get to where we hide all those elements that make it hard for people and make it easier. So it's up to everyone here to do that. And the other challenge, which I didn't put up there, and I'm going to have kind of an offer for anybody here, is onboard new people to this space. Help them set up their first wallet. Send them a little bit of crypto. Get them used to that experience. If you're in the Web3 gaming or building a Web3 DApp or anything, help those users get started. Help new people. Find new people that'll do it. Because right now, if we don't do that, we're in an echo chamber. Last week I was at Consensus here at EthBelgrade, and I think in a month we'll be in Belgium. But that's great for the industry. Great for us to network and connect and find out what everybody's building. But we've also got to work together to onboard the masses. So when you go out to dinner tonight, are you going to offer to tip the waiter with crypto, Bitcoin or something else? Get them used to setting up a wallet. That was one thing I did. We were at a party at Consensus last week, and the whole bartending crew was a polka dot party. There was like 6 bartenders. Set them all up with a wallet, showed them how to utilize our protocol, and sent them all a little bit of cryptocurrency. So with that, are there any questions?